LOD, Don Marko. Sprinkled M&M's on my enemies, got munchies on his beak, gotta eat. Hey dog, could bet I'm in that league of them leaders that preceded the feature. Feeding my team beats, we go Nat Geo feast like hyenas.
What was your biggest inspiration growing up? Like, why did this person have an impact on you?
My biggest inspiration growing up. When I was really little, I loved Jim Carrey. Loved the movies like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. If you haven't seen them, you should go see those classics. But he was really sporadic. He made crazy faces. He was really funny, and I used to like to imitate him. And I used to go and like do little shows for my family, my mom, my dad, Graham, my other Graham, and I would do all little Ace Ventura impersonations, little lines from the movie, and they loved it.
Why did you start rapping? Like, what clicked in your mind that said, I want to be a rapper, that's what I'm going to do?
I always loved music, and before I knew how to make music, all I did was listen, and I used to dedicate so much of my day to going and listening to music, and being alone or being on the bus or just, anywhere really, and whenever I put my headphones on, it was like a complete escape. So no matter what was going on in my life at those, certain points, when I listened to the music, I got completely lost in it. And I would love it. I would it'd make the hairs on my neck stand up. I would get goosebumps. I would really vibe to music. And I always tell people I work with this, when I was little and I used to listen to songs, I can only listen to a song if I could picture me performing it. And this is before I told myself, I want to go do music. I would just, positive visualization. You go to a basketball game, you visualize yourself doing good. I would listen to a good song, and I would visualize me performing it,
Alright, so who do you model your rapping style after? Like, one person, listen to them all growing up.
One person, I'll say right off the bat, Guru, Gifted Unlimited Rhymes Universal, of the duo Gangstar, which is DJ Premier. He's a guy who makes beats. If you don't know him, do hip-hop history. He's one of the greats. Guru had a very monotonous tone. So how rappers now, it's really cool. They get really emotional and raise their voice and lower it. He was very monotonous, but he had a good message and he had good wordplay and good lyrics, really good content. He was a writer. So before I knew how to really talk and have a voice, I would listen to him, because it's like learning to crawl before you learn how to walk. I learned how to talk right on a track from listening to him. Then it went into Andre 3000, huge inspiration. The younger Eminem stuff like Infinite, Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers. Who else? Red Hot Chili Peppers. Before anything, that was probably the first band, musician or anything, that I listened to albums and went through their whole catalog. Loved Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Alright, so throughout your whole rapping career, you could say that you had pretty big opportunities with South by Southwest, opening for Hoodie Allen, going to Rick Ross's mansion, Gym Class Heroes. How was that experience?
Experiences were good. The one at South by Southwest was cool just because you were in the room with a lot of people. But when Rick Ross and his whole clique are over there, I never really fan out when I see someone. I was oh my God, Rick Ross, blah blah blah. But it was okay, word. I'm in a room and Rick Ross is in the room, and I'm not gonna go talk to him, but I just know I'm around something good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're connecting with the right people, but over anything, over meeting anyone, it's when I was in school and first started rapping live, and I went to Suneoniana. We did shows at the Black Oak for 30 people. I did shows for 8 people. And getting those 8 people to the front of the stage with you, and they're people who really listen to your music and know your songs, so you're spitting, and they're looking at you, and they're saying the words back to you, that's where it's at. That surpasses any feeling. You can meet the biggest stars in the world, all this. When you see a regular person that connects with something you put so much time and passion into, and they go far enough to memorize it and repeat it, that's the best. By far the best experiences. But show-wise, the best show we ever had was opening for that Gym Class Heroes. That was packed. That was the most people, ever performed in front of. It was huge because their bass player is from Oneonta.
Alright.
Which, if you didn't know, so they brought out like a ton of people from Oneonta. That was really cool.
If you could meet any rapper in the world, dead or alive, who would you want to meet and why?
Either Guru just for, I mean, he taught me to rap about the right things, but Andre 3000 for the fact that he was his style, his lyricism, what he wore was so different at the time than everything everyone else was doing. So before you even listened to him or knew him, you might have looked at him and said, oh, that guy's crazy, or that guy's wearing something like you didn't like what he wore, you make fun of it, but he had enough courage to go and do it. Those are the bravest people. You know, you get caught into trends, and especially being in like a high school, like when I was in high school, you know what's cool. What are the cool shoes? What are the cool jeans? Andre 3000 looked at that and said, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to make something cool. In order to make something cool, you have to be ridiculed and made fun of and bashed at first. And you have to take that and say, no, I'm good. You know, and then people are like, oh, wow, that's cool. You know, and it's like, it's not, he just showed you confidence in himself. So definitely probably him because he wasn't afraid to step outside the box. And I would say the stuff I rap about and how I, you know, conduct myself as a person.
Where do you get your inspiration from, like, in the sense of your lyrics?
Yeah, I don't rap about, like, struggle, because I never really struggled in my life. I rap about sometimes maybe personal struggle. So I guess I'm really into history, and I don't think they give you the correct history. I mean, there's an essence of correctness, but we haven't been told a lot as a species. You know, we're in the dark on a lot of truth, you know, for a lot of, like, the worst things that happen in the world actually have very simple roots, and we're not told about it. And it kind of casts a shadow, you know, over society, and they're kind of blinded in a way, you know, most people. I guess I rap about that. I like to rap about consciousness, you know, being spiritually conscious, mentally conscious, being a good person. Mainly doing your own thing. You know, I would say before anything, my raps are about being yourself and not being afraid to be yourself. So that first initial thing you want to do, that first initial thing you want to write, that gut feeling, follow that. And sometimes I say stupid stuff. You've heard my songs?
Yeah, you do.
You know, because in a way, I'm painting pictures. I'm painting.
Yeah, conceal the light and we gon' make you feel the vibe. Yeah, my boy Juice in the booth, stay slanging.